For him who has not controlled his mind, the mind acts as an enemy. That is Krishna's warning to Arjuna in the 6th chapter, verse 6. Anastata mana. The unsteady mind. We've all felt it. After a harsh word in a meeting, after a fight with a loved one, after a small failure that loops in your head, the mind isn't just unsteady then. It feels like an enemy, hijacking your peace, your focus, your entire day. So you sit down to study, to work, to create, but the turbulence from that one event is still there. You're physically at your desk, but mentally, you're still in that argument, in that failure. You try to just get over it, but your focus is shattered. You scroll mindlessly, you procrastinate, you simmer in frustration. You are not weak, you are human. And 5,000 years ago, on a battlefield that mirrors our daily inner wars, Lord Krishna gave Arjuna not just philosophy, but a profound, practical psychological formula. He called it the union of abhyasa and vairagya, constant practice and detachment. And today, we will distill this eternal wisdom into a single, potent, 60-second reset. A superpower to reclaim your mind from any stressor instantly. Let's go to the core verse. In chapter 6, verse 35, Arjuna confesses his doubt. He says, "The mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong, O Krishna. To control it is as difficult as controlling the wind." He's describing our exact modern reality. And Krishna agrees. He says, "Without doubt, O mighty armed, the mind is restless and difficult to control." He doesn't shame Arjuna. He validates the struggle. But then he gives the solution. But it is possible by constant practice, abhyasa, and by detachment, vairagya. Let's break this down. Abhyasa isn't just practice. It's constant, diligent, chosen effort. It's the deliberate steering of the mind back to a point of focus again and again. Vairagya is not running away from the world. It is the beautiful art of detachment from the fruits of your actions, and crucially, detachment from the turbulent thoughts themselves. Think of your mind as the surface of a lake. A stressful event is a stone thrown into it. Vairagya is the understanding. I am not these ripples. I am the deep, still water beneath. Abhyasa is the gentle, repeated action of letting the ripples settle, returning your awareness to the depth. Modern psychology calls this cognitive diffusion and attention training. Krishna called it yoga. So how do we apply abhyasa and vairagya in 60 seconds? Here is your reset protocol. Use it immediately after a stress trigger. Step 1. The pause. Vairagya. 10 seconds. The moment you feel the heat rise, the mind spin, stop. If you can, step away. To the bathroom or hallway, just away from the screen. Place a hand on your heart. This physical act is your declaration. I am stepping out of the storm. Acknowledge the thought or emotion. There is anger. There is anxiety. Without becoming it, you are the observer, not the storm. This is vairagya in action. Step 2. The anchor. Abhyasa, 45 seconds. Now, bring your full attention to your breath. Not to control it, but to witness it. Close your eyes if possible. Inhale deeply for a count of 4. Feel the cool air enter. Hold for a count of 2. Experiencing the stillness at the peak. Exhale slowly, completely, for a count of 6. Releasing the turbulence with the breath. Do this just 3 times. 4 in, 2 hold, 6 out. Your mind will wander. The memory of the stress will intrude. Gently, without judgment, guide it back to the breath. This act of gentle return. That is abhyasa. You are practicing steadiness. Step 3. The sankalpa. The intention. 5 seconds. Before you open your eyes, plant one positive, present moment intention. Not a goal for the future, but a quality for now. Whisper it inwardly. I choose calm, or I return to my work with clarity. Or simply, Shanti, peace. This aligns your energy. You are no longer reacting. You are consciously choosing your next state of being. That's it. 60 seconds. From enemy mind to aligned mind. Use this after a tough exam you think you failed, before you spiral into a week of worry. Use it after a frustrating group project meeting. Use it after seeing a grade that disappointed you. This isn't suppression, it's regulation. You feel the feeling, you honor it, but you choose not to let it define your next 3 hours. You break the chain of reaction. With this practice, you build what the Gita calls stita prajna, the steady intellect. The mind transitions from being your enemy to becoming your most powerful friend. Tonight, as you reflect on your day, ask yourself gently, where did I let a ripple become my entire ocean? And where could my 60-second reset have given me back my depth? Try this technique for the next 3 days. It is a small abhyasa, a small act of supreme self-care. Comment reset below when you complete your first one and share what you reclaimed. An hour of study, your peace after an argument, your creative flow. We end with Krishna's eternal assurance from chapter 6. Yoginam api sarvesam, Shraddhavan bhajate yomam sameyuk tatamo mata. Of all yogis, the one who connects with me with sincere faith, their mind absorbed in me, is considered by me to be the most steadfast. Your sincere faith in your own capacity for peace is the highest practice. You are not the restless mind. You are the infinite awareness that can steady it. Until next time, Shanti. Peace